Chair recognizes a gentleman from New York, Mr. Kennedy, for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, at this moment, 2 families of Brown University students and 15 families in Sydney, Australia, are experiencing an anguish and heartbreak that is immeasurable, yet far too familiar. Once again, we have seen hatred rear its ugly head in the form of gun violence, this time with 2 students murdered and 9 more injured at Brown, and 15 murdered and dozens injured in Sydney. This comes on the heels of the 13th anniversary of the Sandy Hook shooting that took 26 victims, including 20 children. Last year, those 20 beautiful children who were violently taken from their families should have been graduating from high school. This year, they should have been coming home for the December break, seeing their childhood friends, and telling their parents about all they've learned and experienced in college. Those are experiences that their families have been robbed of. We, as a society, have been robbed of all that they may have accomplished throughout their lives. Families that will never be formed, careers that will never be, memories that will never happen. The families of the victims of those 2 horrific shootings will experience that same agony year after year, decade after decade. My own community of Buffalo knows it all too well. On May 14, 2022, a racist, white supremacist, racist, terrorist gunman drove nearly 3 hours to our community, the City of Good Neighbors, and opened fire at the only full-service grocery store in a predominantly black neighborhood. 10 lives were callously and heartlessly stolen from us, with 3 more, including the son of a dear friend of mine, critically injured. Our city will never be the same again. It doesn't have to be this way. We could choose another path. In New York State, we did just that. We ensured that military-grade body armor stays only in the hands of law enforcement and our armed forces. We implemented enhanced red flag laws and universal background checks. We raised the age to own firearms from 18 to 21. And we banned assault rifles. We know these laws work in New York, and we know they work everywhere else. But they're severely weakened by the flow of guns across state borders due to the lack of federal regulation. In the United States, for far too long, some have treated gun violence as a part of life. My Democratic colleagues and I reject that. We refuse to accept a reality in which our schools, our houses of worship, our movie theaters, our grocery stores, our government offices, our workplaces, our parades, our malls, and our nightclubs are treated as if they haven't been the scenes of horrific, deadly attacks. The time for action is now. I implore this body to join me in supporting the assault weapons ban, universal background checks, stronger red flag laws, ending gun trafficking across state lines, and among others, my bill, the Lieutenant Aaron Salter Jr. Responsible Body Armor Possession Act. I beg my colleagues not to accept the status quo and to fight for a safer nation. We can and should do so much better for our children and future generations. I pray for the lives who were lost this past weekend, and I pray that our country sees the light and enacts real, substantive change that will end the scourge of gun violence across our nation. I yield back.